This video will show technician ID entry in i3. To see the technician setup, you can go to Shop Admin and Technicians. This is where you can add new techs. This first tech has been given an ID of 1051. That's assigned by the system. We've entered technician name, Phil Hill, initials, PH, to allow the technician to enter 1051 or PH or scan his ID when he's ready to enter. The same thing with 1053, Valentino Rossi, VR. If you go to reports and look at the technician report, it'll show you the barcoded version of the tech ID, and this barcode is actually .T 1051. So I'll show you manually entering .T 1051, manually entering 1051, or manually entering PH. And we'll do that both in Paint and Materials and Resale Items. So to start off, we'll go to Paint and Materials. Now you can see it's asking for technician name. I want to use 1051. And you can see it populates Phil Hill. I'm going to go back to the home screen and start over in Paint and Materials. It's asking for the technician name. I'm going to type PH. And you can see that it populates Phil Hill. I'm going to navigate back to the home screen. I'm going to go back into Paint and Materials. And here is where I can scan the technician ID. And it would enter .T 1051. And it'll come up with Phil Hill. So we can see that Paint and Materials works with scanning, entering the technician ID number, or entering the technician initials. We're going to do the same with resale items. So you go to resale items, it's asking for technician ID. Here we can type in the initials and it brings up Phil Hill. We'll navigate back to the home screen, start resale items. Here's where we can enter 1051 and it'll bring up the technician Phil Hill. Navigate back to the home screen, select resale items, and now I'll simulate scanning the technician ID, which is .T 1051, and it brings up Phil Hill. We can go further and test entering a repair order number using that. And we see that everything works. We can go into Paint and Materials and test using that. I'm going to type in my initials. I'm going to scan the barcode. And it added the part. You first saw the little error code pop up, but that was just taking time for i3 to process it. But you can see that it took the item. Now we are done. We go home. And we can see that it captured the date and the time of the ID entry.